going to talk a little bit about the Satipatthana Sutta, um, often rendered as maintaining mindfulness or establishing mindfulness, the four foundations of mindfulness. I like to think about it as cultivating mindfulness, and it's pretty detailed. I'm just going to talk about a bit of it today. So, first of all, the Buddha talks about the direct path to realization, namely this cultivation of mindfulness, the four foundations. So it says it uh, leads to the end of despair and sorrow. Um, it's the direct path, so that's a huge endorsement right there. It's often been studied throughout history as a direct path of Buddhist teachings, way to look at the meditation practice as it both a formal practice and how it becomes a way of living. And so he says, talks about body in the body, in and as the body, the mind in and as the mind, feelings in and as feelings, mental formations in and as mental formations. And basically what he's getting at here is just your bare experience, the body in and as the body, not bringing your concepts to it, it's not an intellectual exercise. Can you really feel how your body is right now? He goes into a lot of elaborate detail on these. I'm just going to cover some key things today. So anyways, one of the main, in the Maha, in the greater Satipatthana Sutta, in the translations I have, the one line that really makes the difference is, talks about, in as much as you are just aware and simply mindful, and that gets into the body in and as the body, etc., as bare attention, bare experience, what's really going on, not the ideas that you bring to it, the concepts, but how it actually feels, how it actually is in this moment. So, in as much as you are just aware and simply mindful, so not reacting to likes and dislikes, not caught up in your ideas about things, but just aware and simply mindful, to such a degree you are non-attached, not holding on to anything in this world. So then it gets into the practices, and it talks about putting down longing for and discontent of the world. And so it illustrates the first practice, and he's speaking from over 2,500 years ago, and he explains it as, find the root of a tree or an abandoned hut. This is a mendicant monk living in the forest. So what he's saying is to find a place, particularly in the beginning, where you won't be distracted. We have we're addicted to entertainment in this society, and it's easy for us to just turn on the TV and veg out. He's saying find a place where you can practice, where you can focus on practice. And he talks about the formal practice, establishing mindfulness right where you are, right in front of you, and just noticing the qualities of breathing. When I did a beginner's guide to meditation, talking about the practice of mindfulness of breathing, which is both a good entry into the practice, and the Buddha used the mindfulness of breathing all the way up after his enlightenment until his death. And it's a really good way to practice. It gives your mind something to focus on, and the breath is always with you. It's very portable. Just gives your mind something to do, because otherwise a lot of times it just tends to wander. We have this habit of thinking. We think, and that momentum carries over right onto the cushion or in our formal practice, and without something to focus on, the mind tends to drift away. So anyways, the first practice the Buddha introduced was the mindfulness of breathing, and I covered that in an earlier video. And so, but then he goes on in this teaching to, he basically is saying to bring this practice into your life and to live this way. He talks about the postures, standing, sitting, walking, lying down, have mindfulness in all the postures, to have mindfulness throughout all your activities, right? Reaching, writing, whatever it is, taking out the garbage, doesn't matter. To bring this attitude into your life and to live that way. And that's really what the core of the Satipatthana Sutta is about. It introduces a formal practice, and it kind of gives you a little bit of detail, understanding, and then it really talks about how to live meditatively. And it goes into different things, but I'm just going to stick with that for today. I might come back and cover some more later.